After the ball is over, after the skein is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 463. Today is Saturday, July 17th, 2021, as we are recording. I am Marlene Shaw, also known as Lady Fernico.
And I'm Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy.
We want to welcome all new and returning viewers to the Fun in the Woman Cave.
I'm putting your water right here, okay?
If you're new, we're glad that you found us, and we hope that you find something you enjoy so you'll stay with us. And if you are returning, we're always glad to see you back. If you are new or returning and in the shadows, please feel free, if you'd like, to subscribe to the channel. Just hit the little red button and tap the little bell so you can get notifications.
And there's three things on the bell you could do. You could either have the bell with the little line through, which means notifications like to your phone or anything, but it'll still show up on your feed. Then there's the one that has like a slight ring to it, which says that it will sometimes notify you. And then there's the one that has like, I think it's like red, and it's got like double ringer things, like little shaky things on the side. And
like an alarm clock, if you're of an age.
And that's to say that, yes, I want all the notifications.
Okay. So we have, so feel free to do that if you'd like. And if you'd like to join in on the alongs and the camaraderie and all that kind of stuff, Ty and I are trying to be a little more active in the group itself, and our moderators are wonderful and our group members are all great. You just need to go to phnpodcast.freeforums.net. That's phnpodcast.freeforums.net, and that's where everything takes place. Okay, it's a lot of fun over there. All the information is in the description box below the video, and I think it's also up in the little banner, isn't it?
It should be, yeah.
Okay. We have a new member officially everywhere, I think. I've seen her pretty much everywhere. And her name is Sally Mae. So Sally Mae, it was Sally Mae who was everywhere, wasn't it?
Oh gosh, Mom, I
don't know. Anyway, we have a new member in the group over at PHN. So we're very glad to have you with us, Sally Mae. Yay?
Yay.
Okay. Now,
that leads us to T, who have more projects than me.
Okay, I decided to switch out my mug today. I'm using my mug that Crystal from Chronically Crocheting gave me. This is her mug, her podcast mug, Chronically Crocheting. She's wonderful. I'm a little behind on her, but I love her. And the back of this says, "Yarny friends make the best friends." And the tea I'm having is Plum Deluxe tea, which is a full moon chai tea. It's got black tea, cardamom, ginger, cloves, cinnamon, vanilla, butternut extract, and no love of gratitude or caffeine. Okay. Anyway, it has caffeine. So this is a really good tea. I have just a little bit in here to kind of even it out because I didn't have quite enough. I put in a little bit of the maple chai as well. And honestly, for the little bit I put in there, it really adds some flavor to it.
Some teas are that flavorful.
And I'm having a stoop waffle. This is really good. Do you want to taste it?
Sure.
Might be a little weak for you, but... And my stoop waffle is a caramel cinnamon stoop.
It is a little weak for me.
I might not have had enough tea in there.
Yeah. I mean, I know there's a spice in there, but I can't tell what it is, and that's about all I can tell.
Yeah.
Now, I know part of it's because I'm chronically congested, so I don't know if it's more flavorful for you than for me. Let me open my stroop. And I have two teas again here today because I failed to finish my breakfast tea in time because I got distracted editing the next two letters for Lady Susan for the Patreons. So that should be showing up today as well, because I actually had a couple minutes before the podcast to work on that. And I have determined my way around Mom's stubborn refusal to check out any of other Jane Austen's books is to send her a good YouTube audio version of Pride and Prejudice, because she loves listening to audiobooks, particularly if it's a good reader, and this lady sounds like she's a good reader. And you enjoy listening to books. This is the breakfast tea, so that's still the chocolate, not monkey, the other one from down the hill.
Chocolate truffle. That's
Chocolate
good.
truffle with the chocolate
There you go.
almond milk. And that's my Memento Mori mug. The other one, and actually I haven't tasted how this has turned out. This is, I don't know what I did with my...
It's a Germany tea.
It's blood orange.
Blood orange, yeah.
My
by
plum deluxe
Plum
blood
Deluxe.
orange. And I don't know what I did with my package. I probably, in my hurry, left it in the other room.
Yeah, because we're podcasting really late.
We are. And I put also some semi-sweet mini, Enjoy Life semi-sweet mini dairy-free chocolate chips in here. That was a mouthful. Oops, don't want to drip on my work. So let's see how that worked. I don't know that you can taste the chocolate.
Might not have been enough.
And no, might not have been.
Because this is a very strong tea. You almost don't need sugar for this tea.
I always need sugar. Unless I'm doing like almond milk in there.
It's really good.
You don't get to taste the chocolate chips.
Mm-mm.
No, I didn't.
Not
I
at
don't
all.
either.
Not at all.
So wasted calories, but oh well.
Okay. Now let's move along here.
And our stroopwafels are supposed to arrive today.
Oh yay. Oh, I forgot to pull the lemon ones out for the stash enhancement. Oh well.
I did too.
No biggie. All right. Going into alongs. The first one we're going to talk about is the Christmas along, and it's all year, so it started January 1st, and it goes until midnight, December 31st of this year. If you hit January 1st of next year, then it's finished. As we've said multiple times, if you see the thread open, you can still put something in, but try to hit everything before midnight Eastern Standard Time, just to make sure that you are able to get what you want to get in. And that way, if you have something else that's kind of a surprise that you can get in, you see the thread open, you can still do that. But everything else that you really want to get in gets in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Projects must be knit, loom knit, or crocheted. Previous whips are allowed, but must be worked on during the long. Okay? Chatter and pictures are all on the same thread. One whip per project per week. The FO whenever it's completed. And we do have prizes. We are in the third quarter of prizes. I believe I have them posted in the thread on the PHN home group. Okay. NEFOs are featured patterns and featured yarns are basically the same for all the alongs, unless something happens. So NEFOs in Franciscan Gypsies Designs, Lady Fernicle Creations yarn or my shawl pattern, Lollipop Girl yarns or Laura Concert Designs patterns will be eligible for 2 chances at a prize for the finished object only. And if you use a featured pattern with a featured yarn and you finish that project, that finished object is eligible for 3 chances at a prize, but you are responsible for your own multiple postings. You guys are amazing. You already know all this.
Yes.
But for the newcomers, benefit of the newcomers, okay?
I really like this Zoom. I think it's going to make it very easy for people to see our projects.
What are you talking about?
The Zoom with the camera.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I while you're sitting here talking, I'm thinking about camera
it's
work.
not a good idea to interrupt me while I'm in my spiel.
I thought I caught a...
You're like Davina. You breathed. Okay? All right. Honestly.
I'm not nearly that bad.
You're getting there. You'll do.
Not nearly that bad.
Okay, the hashtag is hashtag PHN Christmas All Year 2021 on Instagram. If the FO uses 50 yards or less, please post it with another FO of 50 yards or more. And I've seen you guys doing this. Thank you for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate that. Operation Christmas Child or any projects going toward Christmas donations is eligible for 2 chances at a prize. And as Tyler and I figured out, we were telling you other things like to the pregnancy center and that kind of thing. Again, this is all in the thread. Projects that are predominantly Christmas colors of shades of red, blue, green, silver, gold, purple, and pink, along with white, of course, will be eligible for 2 chances at a prize for the FO only. We want to make sure that everybody has a chance to participate in this, and we do have people who don't celebrate Christmas because they have other religious holidays.
Right.
So we want to make sure that we get everybody at that time of year, okay? Let's see here. The third quarter prizes Nitpicks Bravo Worsted. We have 2 skeins of that, and an avocado kind of it's a green color. It's pretty. And then we have a skein of Death by Pumpkin Spice. And I think it's a sock yarn.
For some reason, Death by Pumpkin amused me a lot more.
Yeah, and then a small blue bag.
I just saw like this pumpkin,
Now,
and he has a knife.
I think I've received all the notifications back now for people who won prizes. I know I was going to try and get them out last week. I didn't get them out last week. I will try to do it this week. My husband's going back to work full time again, except for Fridays because he works a 4-day week, 10-hour days. So I'll try to get it during the week when he's not home, and that way your prices will get to you. I usually am a lot better at that, but anyway, okay.
It's not like there's been anything going on in this house.
No, never. All right. Give me just a second. I'll go on to the next one.
Also want to encourage people that when we mention the hashtags, please feel free to look up the hashtags on PHN Free Forums and to do the Instagram hashtags. Just that way you can have fun on Instagram with each other and
maybe get more participation. Maybe people.
I mean, because not everyone has a private account like Mom and I do, or they have other friends that we don't have.
Right. Okay. The Cardiac Dysautonomia Cowl 2021 runs from July 1st through September 30th, so we're about halfway through the first month. Actually, we are halfway through the first month. Whips and FOs. Okay, basically, the rules are the same, okay? The changes in the rules for this, okay, same feature pattern, same featured yarns, same multiple posting rules.
Same.
The hashtag is hashtag PHNCDA 2021 on Instagram, okay? And the projects cannot be finished prior to July 1st, okay? They can be started before July 1st, but not finished before July 1st. And this is true of all the alongs. I'm not sure why I made an emphasis for this. I think we had someone, maybe back a few years back, we had some kind of a confusion.
I think there was.
So that, you have to work on it between July 1st and September 30th, okay? It doesn't have to be finished. It just has to be worked on.
It has to be worked on during the course of the along.
Right. Now, this is something that's a little different. The projects have to be predominantly red or some shade of red, including shades of pink, shades of blue, or shades of teal to be eligible for prizes. And you can mix those up together if you want to have all those colors or one of those colors, just as long as it's predominantly that color. And predominantly 75-85%, you know.
Not just one little stripe.
Yeah,
like, there, got it.
Especially when you have those little socks. Oh, look, I have a little stripe around the top. Okay, not going to cut it. Sorry, guys. Okay.
I think even heels and toes would be enough. I think you need a little bit more. 'Cause heels and toes, it isn't even worth a full sock.
No. I mean, even heels, toes, and cuffs might be pushing it.
Yeah.
So it has to be, 75-85%. Probably closer to 85. Okay. Featured yarns, featured patterns the same. And let's see here.
Now you have sock that's red and blue.
Well, that's what I said.
Exactly.
So anyway, so those, all the other things are basically the same. You're responsible for your own multiple postings, and the yarns, if you use my yarn or Laura's yarn, it has to be in one of those colors, predominantly one of those colors. It can be like my, what one is it? I have one that is, I made it for autism awareness, but it's bright pinks and bright blues. That's a shoe-in, okay? You got your blues and your pinks. Even Happy, I think it Makes Me Happy? The one that's got the greens and pinks and blues.
It Makes Me Happy.
This one. This one might be touch and go. It's mostly green, okay? But, you get the idea, okay? Now, you guys are right on top of things. Tortoise versus Hare 2021. Okay, that's Laura Concert's baby, and we've been doing this with her for years.
Yes.
It's a lot of fun, and the rules are basically the same for our group. Laura might have slightly different rules. You have to check her. If you're on Ravelry, you can check her Ravelry group. If you're on Facebook, check her Facebook group. She is very accessible. You can find out where to contact her and where you put her projects if you're not on Ravelry. In our thread, we have a Laura Concert thread.
Yeah.
That
it has a lock on it, but that's only because we wanted you to see where the links are, but it's not a chatter place.
It's an information only thread.
Yeah.
But it tells you where to send things if you want to take part in her along, because she's very, very cognizant of the fact that not everybody's on Ravelry.
Right.
So she wanted to make sure that, especially our group, because we've been doing several things together, that we can go back and forth. And so we really appreciate that, and you can look there to see where you can post for her. Basically the same price, rules apply. The hashtag is, for us anywhere, is hashtag tortoise versus hare 2021. I don't know if Laura has put her, maybe CW or something about it.
You look like you were doing the bathroom symbol.
That's like this though, not like this. It's like this.
That's what you were doing.
Yes. Let's see. The featured patterns originally were Timmy the turtle. Timmy the timid turtle.
Try to say that 5 times fast. Timmy turtle.
Timmy the timid turtle. Biddy the bashful baby turtle. Tara the sea turtle, as well as Oops the bunny and Valeria the bunny, which are all Franciscan Gypsy designs. Laura Concert's Birtle pattern. But actually, any bunny or turtle theme Franciscan Gypsies designs or Laura Concert designs pattern will be a featured pattern, as will my yarn or Laura's yarn if it's got turtle or bunny references to it. It's got that kind of what's the word I'm looking for?
Theme,
yes.
I was just thinking, okay, for whatever reason, all the T's are hard.
Yeah.
But the B's aren't nearly as hard, like Biddy the bashful baby turtle, or even Bunny butt baby blanket. Like that, B's just flow a little easier. I'm not sure why it's so much easier to do B's than T's.
And if you have Talia's book, her tortoise
Yes.
versus hare book, everything in there is eligible for
Yeah.
double chance at a prize for the finished object.
Every currently released tortoise and hare pattern is in that book. Yes, I do have other ones in the works. Yes, I do have plans to eventually create another book. This year has not been really good for designing for me. I have several books I wanted to put out, but I just have not had the energy, and the computer screen hurts my eyes. So
if you have that, and some of those things are color work or whatever, if you have that and use my yarn or Laura's yarn in it, it's eligible for 2 chances at a prize for the finished object. And if you use it together, you have 3 chances at a prize.
And it's actually pretty evenly balanced between tortoises and hares. Future ones might be a little bit heavier on hares just because I prefer hares. So I tend to design a lot with bunnies because I think they're cute.
I may balance that out with tortoise yarns, tortoise theme yarns.
But it's a little harder for me to find a tortoise chart I like. Now, I do really like the tortoise chart I created, but it's a little harder for me to find one that I like. I am hoping to create a combination pattern where I have tortoise and hares together for people who don't really want to choose, and then it counts for both of them.
Okay. Okay, that's basically it for that. If you have any questions, you can contact me or Talia or Laura, probably me or Laura, for information. Another person who might know, Brittany's going to kill me. Brittany will probably know because she's been a part of it for a long time. She's not this time around, but she usually is. So she knows a lot of information as well. All right, so I guess that moves on to projects.
And you have more than me.
Just one. Just one.
Still more.
Just one. Just one. Spoiled Bunny Stomp. This is in my Cloverbird Mickey Mouse bag, and this is my Sorabelle scarf pattern. Well, it's Sarah Sweetheart's Sorabelle scarf pattern. It's my Spoiled Bunny Stomp scarf. I didn't do a whole lot of work on this time around, but...
Mom, did you get back to that person and give them the Sorabelle pattern?
I did contact her on YouTube and told her she needs to contact me either on Facebook Messenger or PHN private message, or if she has my email, she can contact me that way and I'll get it to her.
Also, there might be a way to... I think I put my work email. I'll have to check my work. My Franciscan Gypsy Designs email, I might have put that on the YouTube itself. So, Mike, if you go to, I think it's either the About Me or Contact or something in the YouTube channel, there might be a way to contact me via email. So, check that out. If there's not, just send another comment, and I'll see if I can set that up. So that way, at least we can then have an email that I can give Mom where she can send it to you. Which is a bit roundabout, but
I have a Lady Vertigo Creations email, but people don't usually use it.
And the only reason why I don't want to put it on there is because I'm not sure how much you remember to check it. My Franciscan Gypsy Design ones dumps into my Franciscan Gypsy one.
I thought mine did as well, but I'm not sure.
And also, I fairly frequently keep an eye on Franciscan Gypsy Designs anyway. Plus, I'm the one who runs the channel, so if anyone has any concerns about anything technical, it wouldn't really be fair to put your name on that. But you were talking about project. Let's show. Show.
I did show it.
Let's show. Ooh, look at that.
It's growing.
And like all the comments I saw when I did a Google search to try to find this pattern for her, all the comments were like, this thing is great. It makes all yarns look beautiful. Like people love this pattern. But yeah, her website's gone.
Yeah, she just
has no presence online anymore.
I have been trying on and off for years to find her, just to thank her, because I really...
Has it been years?
Yes.
I guess it has.
Yes, it has. And, you know, I hadn't looked at her other patterns, but Taya said she had other patterns as well.
She did, and it looked cute.
She's very talented, and I think now I'm coming up on 30, 40 of these. So, in different renditions. I just love this pattern. It's kind of, you know...
Well, I think you've beaten anything that I've done consistently. I think because I go through phases of different things. Like, for a while, it was the Zuzu's petals. For a while, it was the Diana's hats.
Well, I do too. I go through phases too, but in the end, if my hands can allow for it,
you do Serbo.
This is where I go. If I just don't want to think too much about it, I have multiple patterns in different formats of this. Multiple projects, not patterns.
Because even the forest floor, I think, how many am I up to? And that's the last one I fished is probably the last one I'll be doing, unless someone wants to want like a bigger one, more like my last one I did. But I think I've done, let's see, I have my blue one, I have my black and red one, I have my original one, and then I have the last one I finished for myself, and then I knit one for you.
Right.
So I've knit 5 of those. And for a shawl, that's a lot for one shawl.
Sure it is.
At least, especially one as big as that one.
The only one that I've done like that is my scrap shawl. From Anastasia's Hotel, and that's a big shawl.
That is a big shawl.
I've done one for me. I've got one in progress for me. I did one for Crystal. I've done one for you, and I've got one in progress for you. So that's 5.
Yeah.
So.
I guess it's my turn, isn't it? Let's see more to say. So actually, it's gonna be really quick, so don't get too attached to not saying anything. I did work a bit on the Davina's Christmas stocking design. This is the only design I've really focused on this year, just because A, Davina really wants this by Christmas, and then B, I think unless I have another year like last year where I was just like on fire for designing, I'm just gonna focus on a design at a time, because I just seem to be really lacking energy. I didn't think I had a lot of energy last year either, but
It was a different focus.
Yeah. I think because this year I want to knit sweaters so much. And I think
also your creativity, we've been doing a lot more writing.
Well, I also think you can only keep that level of design fervor for so long when you have the energy issues I have. But so this is my Silk Shed USA Peanuts Christmas bag, and this is only for my Christmas stocking designs.
I did want to put something out there because I had a friend ask me something, and she was referencing Mr. Magoo's Christmas, and she looked and I looked, and all we can find are clips. Does anyone know, just kind of randomly out there, of a place free that I can see Mr. Magoo's Christmas? Yeah, I know it's random, but I'm kind of counting on the one girl. I can't remember who it is. One lady. I don't know if it's Ange in the East or who it is who does it.
It is.
Who finds all these things for me. So
usually it's like music videos and stuff.
But anyway.
The thing is, you might not be able to find it free if it's still like...
Well, it was free before.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. My next one, speaking of the shawls that I do a lot of.
Maybe someone recently bought the rights and they don't want to share.
This is my Comfy Cozy Shawl from the Scrap Shawl pattern by Anastasia's Hotel. So this is in my Ploverbird pink and purple teacups bag. I think this one is mine. Yeah, it's Comfy Cozy one. So I did a little bit of work on this, but not a whole lot. Oops.
It's a bunny.
I'm always worried I'm going to spill tea when I do this. So, oops, there goes my... I'm not doing it right this instant. I have to wait. All right. So here it is. It is growing despite the fact that I didn't do a whole lot of work on it this time around. I do like the way the colors are blending.
Oh, it's blending really nicely.
So, I didn't think I was going to like it with the brown, but I do.
I think it looks really nice.
Yeah. It's very nice. It's very... It's almost camouflagey for the woods. I wouldn't call this a Lothlorien, but maybe even Fanghorn's a little darker. It's kind of a
Yeah, Fanghorn's darker.
Yeah, it's kind of like a quiet, peaceful with a lake or something in the middle of it.
Yeah.
So,
Maybe Lake Town.
Lake Town? I don't know what Lake Town is.
Lake Town
Oh, right.
was right by. That's where the people of Dale.
Yeah.
Moved.
Yeah, I remember now.
You should be getting there pretty soon.
I
Aren't you?
I haven't
because you were at Riddles in the Dark last I talked to you.
yeah, but I have stopped reading that a little bit because I got caught up in a mystery.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah. Let me put this in here.
I have been reading mysteries lately just because I've been so cinematic. I don't want anything really too surprising.
Right. And that, all the yarn's basically in there, Miss Babs.
So, my turn. Let me open my show notes from my phone. Okay, so in my this is gonna be kitties in the news.
Oh, okay. Where are you, Stephanie? Here's your story.
Hang on, my
Story time.
show notes are being obdurate.
I'm not sure that's the right word.
Isn't it obstinate, basically?
It's dense. Being dense.
Is it?
I think it is. Obdurate.
I always thought it was like kind of like being difficult.
Well, yeah, that might be as well, but I think it's more like purposely dense.
Let's see, obdurate. Well, it's looking up obdurate. Let's see. Let's find your news report.
The news item for the day. What was it that she used to say to Cyrano? My daily gazette. My daily gazette.
You know, it's been so long since I watched Cyrano de Bergerac.
It's a good movie.
Okay, so obdurate, stubbornly refusing to change one's opinion or course of action.
Okay.
So, the more you know.
Well, you know. I mean, essentially what I was saying, being purposely dense. So, yeah.
Let's see. Okay, we'll just do the center one. I'm sure we've read it at some point, but Undercat Surprise Fans by Betty British Shorthair. Fans of the Dallas Catboys, so named because of their catty riffs with other teams, were surprised when center Shorthair threw a 50-yard pass this weekend and sent blocker Terry Tonkinese up a tree in search of the ball. It was the Catboys' game from then on. No one's been in football as long as Coach Ralph Ragamuffin of Dallas, and he finally had to call off his Cats after an 86-point lead. A good time was had by all, but the fans left a little confused.
A little confused?
Yes, I'm wondering, it's like the writer stuttered. Finicky felines like to see good sportsmanship, and the Catboys continue with their standoffish behavior. So,
That is an and bad.
yes, it is. Silver Shed USA. And there's one of the Catboys. Okay. So, this is my, this actually wasn't the one I was supposed to start with, but I'm going to, because I have it out. This is my Lake of Shining Waters project. The pattern is the Anne sweater, and it's from Green Gables Knits by Joanna Johnson. I'm using Indian Treasure in the Sapphire Heather colorway. So, I did get to the ribbing. Now, this is a 4-inch ribbing, and I'm almost at 2 inches, so I have a little while to go.
Very pretty. Making good progress on it. I like the way I like the texture of ribbing.
And this is not a straight rib. I have to pay attention
Broken
because it's a
rib?
little bit of a broken rib. But it will also have either 4.5 or 5-inch ribbing on either side of where the, one here and one here, all around, and then you'll put the collar.
It's a shawl collar.
Yeah. So, because otherwise it would be nowhere near big enough. And then of course this is going to stretch a little bit with washing because it is alpaca, baby alpaca.
I have not done one iota of work on my sweater. Haven't. I have to look at it.
So this is soft. I look forward to having it. This actually, for a while, didn't seem to grow at all, and then all of a sudden it's like boom, almost a full sweater.
You said boom and I saw the War Machine story, and boom, and I was like, "Why don't I bother to tell you stories? That everybody else that story kills people." Yes, and you should get that reference because I basically gave it away.
Yeah, you see, I got a Hamilton reference in my head because she sings a song about how when she met Hamilton, it was love first time. Besides that, she turned around, saw him, and her heart went boom.
Well, it's not as funny.
Well, it's not funny, but that's what came to my head.
Yeah, I'm not as Hamilton. I don't like Hamilton. For what the little bit I've done.
I do enjoy. I don't like all the songs because some of them have language I don't care for, but most of the music is quite good. I rather enjoy it.
Okay, my next one. Let me just put this aside for now.
Even if I don't particularly care for Lin-Manuel Miranda's singing voice himself, but he has some pretty good singers around him.
Let's see here. My next project. Put this away. Okay. All right. My next one is in my Mama C Large Owls bag. Love it. And this is my bag and wrap project from the Burrow Wrap pattern by K.F. Jones, and I'm using dragonfly fibers and other yarn. I'm not sure what it is, stash yarn. And I think I'm really. Let's see it. Okay, I had to figure out what side I was on because I had all this gibberish before. So I've got.
Your notes are always so messy.
Well, that's because I started over again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I guess as long as they work for your brain.
There are about 16 rows to go. Probably about 15 and a half rows to go on this color. So, yeah. So this is how it's coming along. I'm not sure what color. I think I'm just going to pull something out and go that way because it's meant to be a bit scrappy.
Yeah.
And we'll see how it goes. But this is fun. I mean, at this point, it's just straight knitting.
Right.
So it's a lot of fun. And I don't know, what size? I'm using 7s for this, which is kind of unusual for me with Miss Babs and stuff like that.
You usually use an 8 or 9, don't you?
Well, this is a lot. I think because I have dragonfly fibers in here too, Traveler.
Well, also you went with whatever Kay used, didn't you? And Kay tends to favor 7s.
She does.
That's why I have so many darn 7s, I think. Plus, I think the Forest Flora was a 7 as well.
Yeah.
So, for a while, I had like 3 of them on the needles. Okay. So, is it my turn?
Yep.
Alright, so next is Bo Rabbit by Mary Jean's Tea Room. He actually got quite a bit of work done. Oops, wrong bag. It's the other one. I moved him to a different bag because the Firefly bag was, who's attacking me?
Where am I?
Alright, Felicia, get up there, sweetheart. Felicia. Stay. Okay, so in my Silver Shed USA Tree Frogs bag, I moved it to this bag because my Firefly one, it's kind of floppy and all over the place, and with multiple yarns, I didn't really want to be. It's easier not to have them tangle in here.
Firefly.
It's my Firefly one that's done by, it's kind of more of a bucket bag.
Oh, right,
it's done by, what's it called?
It's not Bags, Bags, and Grannies.
No. It's not really a bucket. I'm sorry. It's got a drawstring, but it's like a tall, it's...
I know what you're talking about. One of the first ones, Slipstitch Studios?
Slipstitch Studios, thank you. I like them for DPN holders.
Yeah. I like to put my, the one bag I have of theirs, I like to put my fiberfill in.
I have the actual pieces
bag.
I'm working on, or most recently worked on, in the smaller Silver Shed USA Crocheting Hoovian bag. But the piece that's been done for a while,
Very
is
cute.
Bo's body with his little shoes.
It looks like he has leg warmers on.
It is leg warmers. He's gonna have pants over them,
Okay.
or pants is like a certain.
I was going
point.
to say it'd be a shame to hide the...
No, I think it's pants to a certain point. If
Yeah.
I remember correctly,
Yeah.
and it's a slightly different color than his leg warmers. So there's that, and then I haven't done any stitching for his face, but here's where his nose is going to be, and then his eyes will be here. Kind of a lemon shape if you have it sitting on the back of his head. And then his ears were finished. Well, those were finished before I finished the head. So, to give you kind of a feel of what he will look like with his ears on.
Aw. That's cute.
So, of course, he'll have...
He's a lot bigger.
Yeah, he is a lot bigger. He and his sister. Now, his sister will be a slightly different color because thankfully, I did not run out of yarn. No, wait, I have his arms to do still. But I still have enough yarn, I think, to do his
Are you
arms.
going to make her like a lighter brown, or are you going to make her a gray?
I don't know. I haven't even thought about what color she's going to be. This is all I have left of the yarn. I think I should have enough to do his arms.
What weight of yarn is that?
Worsted.
Worsted, okay.
Now, if I had to pick up one skein, I'm fine with that. I actually really love this. This is Cascade 220. And I had used this originally to make a Tara. But his arms aren't very...
Tara?
Not Tara, sorry.
Lady.
Tilly.
Yeah,
Tilly.
I call her Lady because that's my dog.
Tilly, but I made Davina's out of it, and I forget what she called hers.
Yeah.
But, yes. So I might need... Hopefully I won't, but I might need another skein to finish his two little arms. Hopefully I'll be fine. Because he really doesn't have that much left. And his arms aren't huge.
How did you do? Are the laces just braided, or are they crocheted?
Oh, I can't remember. I think I did braid them. It's been too long.
I mean, is it something that would be given away for the pattern?
I just can't remember.
Yeah. No, I know that, but I was wondering if they left it to your own devices or whatever.
No, there were instructions. I just don't
Okay.
remember what they were.
Then you can't tell because of the paper pattern.
Yeah. But yeah, these shoes are actually on his feet. He has feet underneath of them, so these are actual like little shoes.
Cute.
Because I think when I first showed Dad, he thought maybe the shoes. He didn't realize that the shoes were a different piece. I'm like, no. He's actually wearing his shoes, just like the leg warmers. It's not like some of the toys where
Yeah.
you can actually, these clothes can come off this toy.
Well, that's meant to be. It's meant to be able to be dressed.
Well, this one actually doesn't have other changes of clothes. I
Really?
think the girl does, but I'm not sure he does.
Okay.
I think that they just like to look better. I mean, it does look a little bit better when you have the pieces all separate because you can tell when it's not. Whereas you can actually tell these
Some
are
of them
different
you
pieces.
can. Some of them you can. At least some of the crochet ones don't look. Yeah, sometimes you can't tell with some of the crochet ones if they do it correctly.
Oh, hang on, I need to stick this back in there. So yeah, I was hoping to have the head already attached for by this time, but I wasn't able to get it done before I went to bed last night. And when I woke up this morning, I really didn't have time because I didn't want to rush stitching the face.
Right. No, you shouldn't rush that.
Especially since I knew I'd still have the sweater and all the rest of his clothes to do. It's like, there's time.
Yeah. It's not on a rush.
If I had been just about to finish, it might have been another thing. But I'm not close to finishing the whole thing yet.
Okay. Let me just cap this for a second. All right. My next one is... Where is my next one? Okay. This one is in my Silver Shed USA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle bag. Put this away for a second. Okay. And this is my Arwen's Hooded Cowl from the Thorin's Hooded Cowl pattern by, I think it's Ephephonora. All right. And this is from not Craftsy, Love Crafts. And I did a little bit of work on this, so it is growing. This is Miss Babs in the blue slate colorway. And because it's in the round, guys, so but here you go. You can kind of see what it's looking like.
It's looking nice.
Yeah. I like this color.
I know I need to work on my cowls, but I haven't had the desire to, so I haven't. I think because I did 2 in quick succession.
Right.
And now everyone's like, meh.
You can see it better now here. So, there we go. And I was concerned that it's loose, but it doesn't feel quite as loose now.
It really does improve as you go along.
I really like this color. It might be a little dark for me,
Right.
but I like the color.
So I feel like some of the fiber from my sweater is like itching me.
Oh. So yeah, this is Miss Babs, and I'm using US 10s or 10s. So this is fun. I'm enjoying that. And it's got kind of set the pattern. I think what's it called again? The
Fibonacci.
Fibonacci, yeah. So she's got like what is it, 3 or 4?
There's 4 of them, and you're doing version 2.
2, yeah. So, and I'm going to enlarge the hood according to the directions for enlarging the hood because
You have a brand new skein, right?
Because yeah, I have another skein. It's in there. So because I often wear my hair up, I like to have a little bit more of the room. So
okay, so me next. Now this one is Augusta Bunny. This is the Knittables Bunny by Sarah Gasson. And I'm using Lion Brand Heartland in the colorway Black Canyon.
right back.
And this is in my Plover Bird sweater bag. This is Kissing Bunnies. It's the last bag I purchased from Plover Bird. Got a little bit of work, not a ton. This is another one that will be dressed. I just haven't made her outfit yet. So, this part's been done for a while. And I feel like I have another foot in here. There we go. So, it's kind of funny. I'm at a similar place in both toys because in that toy, in Bow, I just finished knitting the head and to piece all that together and do stitching for the face, and I only have the arms left. I'm almost done with the legs here. The head's already done, and then I'll have the arms left. And both of them have the tail to be done. Both of them have most of their clothes to be done. So they're actually at really similar spots in their knitting. They're both piece toys. This one is meant to be more of a cuddleable one. This one is mine. She will have more than one outfit eventually. I'm planning on making her nurse outfit. But
Waffling okay?
You
waffling okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I was telling them that we're at a similar spot in both toys because yeah, the head's done for this one.
Right.
And I'm almost done with everything for the head for that one. But the legs are almost done for this one. The legs are already done for that one. These both need the arms, these both need the tail, and they both need their clothes. Right. So they're really at very similar spots.
Although this one would be cute even without clothes.
She would be. But she would feel naked, and she wishes to be dressed, and she has a bunch of clothes to choose from. And she's one of those toys that I don't actually own all the clothes I would like to knit for her. I have quite a few of them. Did you just take her from me?
I did.
I will knit you a teddy bear. Give me back my bunny.
I'll give it back when you do the bear. I haven't got my pony or my anything yet.
I've started your platypus.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that. That's a Joanna Johnson's pattern.
Yes. Oh, she is making another one of her chipmunks and was doing the journey on Instagram.
Chipmunks.
Her chipmunk is adorable.
Aww.
That's the next one of her books that I want.
Okay.
Her chipmunk. I forget what he has. I think he's a hat. No, wait.
Is it the hat?
I don't remember. He is precious.
All her little things are precious.
He is like the most adorable. But she's making him up.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with Joanna Johnson, you might want to check her out. She's awesome.
And her toys are another one where you can tell, and they look like it, that you knit the toy first, and then you make their clothes. Mm-hmm. And I actually have gotten to the point, like, for the knit toys at least, I kind of like the ones that you can make clothes for as well. I guess it's the childlike part. And, of course, I don't have any kids around that I can give toys to. Because, although my one friend does have a little girl, but my friends mostly have boys. And none of them are really at the age anymore. It's like, you'd be like, toy, doll that you can give clothes to.
See, I still like that stuff.
But boys might feel differently.
Oh, I know that.
But Mel's daughter on the other hand, might get something simply because...
And some girls just never grow out of that
No,
either.
some girls don't. But she's young enough anyway. And then just be like, every time, here's an outfit. Here's another outfit. They all fit your toy.
Okay,
But, yeah. Oops, I'm being attacked. It's a
my
bunny.
next project is in my...
It's just a bunny.
I think Daddy is working on our logo, because I went back around that way. He said, don't come in.
Sorry.
So my next one is...
I really look forward to see what he's doing for that.
Yeah, I do too. Is in my Silver Shed USA blue PHN Faces bag. Now, my husband, I wanted to give you guys an update. I might as well do it when I have this bag out. This was one of our first commemorative bags that Ann did. And Mike is currently working on a new logo for us.
Like,
and
currently.
Currently, that I couldn't go into the room, okay, when I had to go that way. So, the preliminary stages of the bag is happening. My husband is doing the artwork, and I think he's pretty close to finishing it.
Well,
So-
that'll be good. Because I'm sure Anne's wondering what's going on.
Yeah, I was going to touch base with her today. I was going to do it yesterday, but I didn't get around to it. So in this bag is my by special request shawl from the Scrap Shawl pattern by Anastasia Sattel, and this is going to Talia. I did a little bit more progress on this. There's my hook. Okay. I'm still working with the bright blue for this one, but you have a better idea of what it looks like now.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see here. I thought I cut the strings, but I guess I didn't. Okay. Wait a second.
Are you tangled?
I'm a little bit tangled here. Let me see what I did here.
It does look like you cut the string.
Okay, that goes. There it is. The end is right there.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. Thank you. So,
Hold on.
okay.
Your other end, the blue end, gets the skein tangle in there too.
And I still am attached to the variegated
There
at
we
this
go.
point. Okay. So anyway, here, thank you. Here is what it looks like right now.
You see, when I take my glasses off, I can see the cohesiveness a little bit better.
Yeah.
Because with my glasses on, for some reason, it doesn't look quite as cohesive, but it is pulling together well.
Do you want that out? Because I can take it out.
What?
The blue.
No, I'm saying it is cohesive.
So she likes a little bit of a pop. So,
I do.
The only
No, otherwise it would be too little. It wouldn't be enough for me.
and I'm trying to work out how I'm gonna. Don't remember exactly what I said. I think I said I was gonna do another of this. I think this is slate. No, this. I don't know what this is. I forget what this is. It might be slate.
It's probably obsidian.
I don't have obsidian. Oh, well, you gave it to me.
I
though.
give you all these yarns.
I don't know what this was. I didn't have a ball band for it. That's what it was. So
I think that's obsidian.
it's this color here. So I will close that up after I'm done with the blue, and then I might go back to this, and then instead of starting the next stripe with the obsidian or whatever that is.
No,
start-
you don't. I think that is slate. Obsidian's pure black.
Okay, so I would start. This is too dark for slate.
Not slate. He actually pewter or whatever they
Whatever it is, yeah. So what I'll do is after I do another bit of the variegated, I'll probably start the stripe with the blue and try to pull that other color in.
Yeah.
The other variegated. So, this is a lot of fun, as evidenced by the fact that I have two of these on the
Right.
on the hook. So yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Well,
right
when
now.
they're different enough, that keeps your interest going.
Yeah, well, I had two on the hook when I was doing crystals. I had your that one,
Mm-hmm.
and I had
Well,
a bright blue one.
mine was very different from crystals.
Yeah, this is only a little different from mine.
Yeah.
So
All right, let me open my show notes again because I'm not sure which one's next. Okay.
nice thing about this shawl is you can really do it in any yarn you want to. You just have to adjust the hook, and you have to figure that you probably have to use more yarn or less yarn or whatever.
So in my Silver Shed USA, oops, the bunny bag.
Oh, okay. I was distracted.
So in this bag is my bunny butt dishcloth. This is the blue one.
I don't know what happened to my pen.
So this got a little bit of work. Steadily growing. I really do enjoy that
That's
color
pretty.
combination.
I like that.
It's very happy.
Happy, happy, joy, joy.
So The nice thing about this is that I usually do about 2 rows, at least 2 rows at a time. You go back and forth.
Now I have to do an addition to my Bright Colors for Autism Awareness Happy Happy Joy Joy.
I think our owl dish cloth needs cleaned, and we need to flip it out for the other one.
Yeah.
It's getting kind of dirty.
Yeah.
That's what we have to, so we can clean the owl one.
I like my owl one.
I know, but it needs cleaning.
It needs cleaning. Cleaning, not cleaned. Use the proper verb tense. I taught you better than that.
So, there we go.
All right, my next one is, let's see here. Okay, this is in my B-Wing Country bag. Thank you, Brittany. She gifted this to me. I love it. Oops,
It's a bunny.
there's a bunny. I keep forgetting I have tea.
I think this episode might need to be called Oops as a Bunny, as much as you've been saying oops.
Excuse me. This is my Country Roads blanket from the Jelly Roll blanket pattern by KF Jones. And this is basically a scrappy project. So, I'm not quite to the point where I want to put another color in, but I like the way this is turning out. That's kind of pretty, I think.
Are those 2 colors or is that one? One?
No, it's
That's
two.
2, okay.
It's two colors. So
With the glasses, I can't quite tell.
No, it's 2. And so I'm looking forward to changing the next color. I have no idea what the next color will be.
Well, I mean, that's the point of it anyway.
So I think it might be this one because I have it in here. So it'll be up here. This is fun. I mean, it's kind of relaxing. We'll see if I still like it when I have to start joining. But I think if I can figure it out, maybe with Taya's help and the help of the tutorial, that I should like it.
Yeah.
Because it's not like the squares that you have so many of them, and to be quite frank, I just get bored with squares after a while. But this is, I don't know what the difference is. I just like this better. So, we'll see.
Okay, so on to me. This is my last one. I actually went ahead and started working on, well, this is in my Mama C tutor bag. And this is my Beatrix Bunny Socks by Yarn Love Yarn. The first sock was a test that I did, and that's been done for a while. And it does actually fit me.
So cute.
I had to go up on needle size significantly from what she had.
Really? How many sizes did you go up? Do you remember? That was 2 or 3, wasn't it?
Yeah, because I think she used like a 0
Oh, gee.
and a 1 or something, and I have to use a 2 and a 3
I think I would have poked my eyes out if I had to use a 0.
because I still have the beginning of the other sock, and I'm like, that's not fitting on my foot, but this one fits on my foot.
Right. That's really pretty.
Thank you. I really like it, and I think she had like tan or something for her main color.
What's the whole sock is the main color, right? The blue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas this is some Miss Babs. I picked this up for a shawl.
Is it
This is
Yowza?
electric turquoise.
Is it Yowza or is it...
No, this is all fingering.
Oh, it's fingering. Okay. Oh, that's right.
You don't... I mean, there are, I think, color work heavier socks, but a lot of the ones I've seen tend to be fingering weight.
I bet there must be some because...
Well, I said there are some, but a lot of the ones I've seen have been fingering weight.
Because you would think about, it's so cold in some of those areas that...
Well, I'm not denying there's some, but a lot of the patterns I've seen...
Yeah. I bet a lot of them are leg warmer type things that are color work, from that hit the bottom of your, the top of your shoe and have the color work in them. Those are really pretty.
So I started on... Actually, I finished this little section here. I'm starting the carrot section. This builds really quickly.
Well, it looks like it would be fun. If I knit color work, I think I would like that because you always have something new coming up.
Yes. Well, you end up telling yourself, oh, I'll just finish the bunnies.
Right.
Oh, I'll just finish this little purple. You'll start the little purple pink section. You'll be like, oh, there's not that much. I'll just finish that section. And then you're just like, well, I need to get the next color attached.
Just one more row.
So you just keep telling yourself one more thing. And then you suddenly spit out a sock. So...
That sounds rude.
And once you get past this color work here, you have just a plain sock for a while until you get to the
We got the plain foot.
yeah, your plain foot, and then you just have a little bit of flowers.
Is that a heel? Is it a gusset heel? Or
Oh, I believe so. I can't remember though.
what was it called? What's it called with the gusset? Just gusset?
Yeah, just gusset. I think this is a gusset one, but it looks like it's probably a gusset. But I honestly
You don't
can't
have
recall.
to. You don't have to hold it on waist yarn or anything. You
I
just-
don't think so, but like I said, I don't remember. It's been a very long time since I've.
Looks like it would be a comfortable heel.
Yeah, I think it was fairly comfortable.
Sometimes I look at the socks. I'm like, how is that heel even remotely comfortable? It looks like it sticks out at odd
Well,
angles.
probably because they did an afterthought, and it looks more like a toe because that's what they do for afterthoughts heels.
Oh,
What they do a lot of times, they'll just repeat the toe, and it just looks like the most uncomfortable thing because it's shaped like a toe, not like your heel.
that seems like it would be rather uncomfortable.
So no, I'm not a huge fan of off. And I don't mind them for my Christmas stockings because no one's gonna be wearing that thing.
Right.
But for something that's going on my foot, I want to be a little more comfortable than that.
Yeah. I'd like to have a sock, and I don't know how you would do something like this that has a little more padding on the bottom.
They do have ones that do that. I don't know what heel that is, but I do know there are people who design their heels with a little bit more padding.
Because I do. Well, I'm not even talking about the heel. I'm talking about the bottom of the foot. Because
Yeah.
I get pain in my feet, and I would love to have a little more of a cushion on some of my socks. But
Well, that's why I enjoy wearing these because actually I deal a lot with neuropathy pain or even just sensitivity where having my foot brush against something makes me feel like my foot, like all the nerves of my feet are coming alive.
yeah.
And it will do that through socks. But if I have the double layer that this slipper has, even if I don't have a sock on, the double layer of the slipper protects me from that feeling like all the nerves of my feet are coming alive.
Yeah.
Because it's got it's crochet, so it's thicker, and then B, they have the layer of gray and then the layer of blue, so it's enough padding and it doesn't make me too hot.
That's a big deal.
Yes, it is.
All right, let me just finish the stitch here.
But that's also why I'll tend to go for my knit socks sometimes over my normal socks. I sometimes prefer them because my normal socks just don't provide enough protection from my nerves to do that, whereas my knit socks, they're a little thicker.
I'm a little strange about my knit socks. I don't like to wear them if I'm going to do my exercise or
Oh, yeah, I
whatever.
get that.
So I will simply, like if I take a shower afterward or whatever, I know I'm not going to do anything that's going to be smelly, I'll put them on. And that way I could just be comfortable because they are comfortable.
Yeah, they are.
And I finished the blue row. I don't know. Do you want a thicker blue? I don't want.
Whatever you want to do.
I don't want it to be the same width as the other.
Whatever you want to do.
So-
You're the one. You have the colors. You're the one playing.
Yeah, but it's your shawl.
I'm fine. Whatever you want to do.
Okay, let me just put this away for the moment. The sloth bag that had been picked. I forget if we were at Hobby Lobby or if we were at Cracker Barrel or whatever, and Davina saw this and she picked it up for me. She knows I like sloths. Not as much as owls, but I do like sloths.
They have a cute smile.
They do.
And that's actually something that Zootopia got really well.
Well, you know what got that really well was that the movie, the one with the rabbit and the
Yeah, the Zootopia.
That was Zootopia. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
That's what made me really solidify how much I like sloths. Okay, because it had a definite personality. The next one, my final project, is in my Emma Owl bag, and she told me who did this. I think it was Owl Yarn. I don't know. I can't remember Emma. She told me where this comes from, but she had it for a while and she wasn't using it, so she gifted it to me, and I really appreciate it because I do use it. So this is my Emma. I call it the Emma Owl bag. All the owls on here are named Emma. Okay. And this is my Mint Surprise baby blanket from the Cerebel Scarf pattern by Sarah Sweetheart. And this is just, the yarn is Yarn Inspirations Caron Baby Cakes.
You should have in that bag your shawl from Emma Knits.
My shawl from Emma Knits.
That's a walking to town. Oh, you haven't started it yet.
Oh, I've started it.
Oh, okay. Because then everything in the bag would be Emma.
Oh, right, gotcha. Okay, I had to think of that, what you were referencing. Yes. Well, this will be done pretty soon. I think if I just work on it and my hands allow, it should be done fairly quickly. And I just lost my show notes. There we go. So yeah, this is moving along.
swimmingly.
Swiggly, yes. So, see? Oh, I like the way that looks. It's such a pretty pattern.
It is pretty.
I wish I could take credit for designing it, but I can't.
Mhm.
So, yeah, that's all I have.
So I don't have any more projects, but I do have a frog.
Okay.
I ended up frogging, and I'm not sure if you guys remember it. I don't even have the yarn here with me. I've stuffed it back in my yarn area. I had in Knit Picks Brava, I had been knitting, and I actually was almost done with the yoke. It was a baby sweater, a bunny baby sweater with a bunny color work across the yoke. Unfortunately, I really hate color work in acrylic. I don't like how it looks. I feel like it looks lumpy. You can't block it out to make it look nicer, and I did not enjoy the process of knitting it.
Right.
I knew I was almost done. I had the sweaters and all I had to do was finish the yoke, and I was partway through the yoke. But I was looking, I was like, I don't want to work on this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not enjoying this, and I don't think it looks as pretty as it could be if I was using a superwash, even. You know, and a superwash would still be washable, and not have that. It's like I don't want to put all that work into color work and not feel like it looks pretty.
Mm-hmm.
So I ripped it.
If you're not wanting to do it, don't do it.
So
I mean, it's not like you were on a commission or anything.
yeah. I just don't care for color work in acrylic.
That's one of the reasons I was telling Talia, and I think I said something last week, that if I pull out her, which one is it, Talia? The Pesty Westy, which one is that?
It's
Is that the migraine?
I don't know what you called it. I mean, I don't know what.
It's the one that has,
Is it across the center or is it?
yeah, it's got it across, is it? It's a very simple pattern. And
Well, I have two that are really simple. I had the very first one I did, which was not the migraine, which you had to count rows, and every other row had a change in pattern.
I can probably tell you.
The one who that had down the center was the migraine.
I think it's the migraine. I can tell you in just a second here. I have it.
Because all you had to do is move stitch markers.
Yeah, it's the migraine.
Yeah.
I'm not enjoying working it in acrylic.
Mm.
And I had made a mistake, which I was going to just replicate on the top, but I'm not enjoying it because acrylic doesn't work with my needles.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a beautiful colorway in the acrylic.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'm going to frog it and do something else with that yarn and just do that blanket in something else because I like the blanket.
Yeah.
I just don't like it in the
that
acrylic.
yarn. Mm-hmm.
So, but anyway, that's not saying much about my thing here, but
But yeah, so it wasn't your turn to try the thing we're talking about
yeah,
frogging.
frogging, yeah.
So yeah, there was a thing frogged, and I'm I will eventually restart because it's a nice pattern.
Mm-hmm.
But especially if you're working, this one had points where you're working 3 colors around, which as it is
It's
something that
Isn't
it's
it
color work.
Oh, okay.
Most Fair Isle
Yeah, I see.
is you can work it flat. I have designs where you work it flat, but a lot of the Fair Isle patterns are in the round, and then that's why you have steeking.
Right, because I guess I'm only familiar with the mosaic form of color work.
Yeah, mosaic tends to be flat.
Flat. Mm-hmm.
And then Intarsia is flat.
Is that the one where you carry the yarn?
No,
I know
carrying
stranding
across the flat, stranding, which is carrying across the back.
Oh, Intarsia's the
yeah, where you have the things hanging off, the
bobbins.
bobbins.
Yeah.
No, stranding is the same thing as carrying across the back.
Okay.
That's 2 different terms for the same
Okay.
thing that you're doing.
Then why can't you do that flat? Stranding.
You can. I have made designs that way. They don't tend to because you have to. When you go when you're going the wrong side, you have to make sure you strand across the front.
Right.
Because you don't want your strands in the back.
Right.
It's totally possible to do,
Right.
but it's not necessarily the most. It's not as quick as doing it
Right.
in the front. If you're just going stranding in the round, you're just going around and around and around, and you just carry it behind and you keep going, and then you steek later.
It's kind of like when you do stockinette in the round. You don't have to do knit, purl, you just knit all the way around.
Right. It's a little bit more than that because you don't have to worry about.
Well, I'm just making a very broad analogy.
But mosaic, I think, can be done in the round or
Yeah, I think
Flat.
mosaic. I think it'd be difficult to do mosaic in the round, or a little more challenging.
Maybe a little more challenging.
Yeah.
I've not seen any in the round,
Yeah, I haven't
so
either.
I'm not completely certain on that. I actually am only self-taught in mosaic.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm self-taught for all of them, but I mean, mosaic is a very new one for me, even though I have several mosaic designs. But, yeah. So that was ripped.
Okay.
That leads us on to shop.
Oh, shop. Okay, hold on. Let me finish my stitch on. That
Well,
came
hang on,
up-
I do have the beads and string.
Okay.
So I finished. Well, it's not quite finished. I still have to chop the ends
that's
and everything.
pretty.
This is the Juan Diego rosary. So I have my sienna wood beads. These are the ones that tend to smell to it. We can't quite figure out what the wood is.
I like that
Yeah.
color combination.
Yes, well, it's the same color combination with the red and the brown because it brings out the red in the beads. That I have for my large one that I call, like, I think it's an agony in the garden type thing. The one that I carry that's a big one. I don't have it with me right now. But yeah, I do like the red with these beads.
That's really pretty.
And then I have for Juan Diego the Rose Our Father beads.
I wasn't sure how that would turn out, but it looks really nice.
Thank you. And then here is his centerpiece, which I'm not sure how well you can see it, but it's him with the tilma.
I must not have seen it very well. I thought it was just Our Lady.
No. She's just in the center
No,
of
Our
the
Lady
tilma.
Guadalupe. Yeah, okay. Oh, gotcha.
So
Yeah, I see it a little bit better now. I can't see very well with my glasses, without my glasses because it's really small.
Yes. This was one of the centerpieces that I was like, I never see anything like this. I've never actually seen a whole lot with him in general.
And that's a big, Our Lady Guadalupe is very big.
Right, I kind of felt like this was a 2-for because she's on there and then he's on there as well. So
Right.
it's like, okay, it's basically Our Lady Guadalupe rosary, but you happen to have Juan Diego there as well. Bonus!
Yay!
So,
Okay.
yes.
Anything else for the shop?
No.
Okay, I do have some stuff for the
This
shop.
isn't up yet.
Sorry, I have to I'm going to pull out my stashing housements while I'm up too. Okay. All right. This is the yarn I made for Talia. It's a little bit different than my original Pennies from Heaven because
It's going to go very well with this.
yeah, it's a very big skein. This is sport weight, 770 yards, and I should have adjusted my die stock based on the weight and not the yardage. So it's a little darker, but I think it turned out really well.
That's pretty.
It's called Pennies from Heaven.
That's very nice.
So you can see it's got shades of brown. Copper is what it actually is. Copper, Pennies from Heaven. So this, I wanted her to have a slightly lighter cowl for when we
I
go
mean, it's not
places.
going to be done by retreat, I don't think.
Well, depends on if you have a...
It would have to be like the only thing I work on.
Yeah. I mean, she's not going to use all this yarn for that either. I mean,
No,
this is
no.
a huge...
It's just that I burned myself out on them because I worked 2 in a row.
This is like 3 times a sport weight. So
Yeah.
it's a big skein of yarn.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have more than enough, and I'll have stuff left over.
So I didn't
Thank you.
skein it up as well as I could because that thing is there. And then what I did was with the leftover dye stock is I dyed up. I had this yarn when I made an order from one of my suppliers. They had made a mistake, and like they do, they let me keep the mistake. So I did these yarns in the same color, and this is a one-off. I think I can do it again, but I would have to do the same thing. I could make another one of those and then do this. So this is called Creamsicle.
I wonder if it only show up like that though if you did the one like as dark as this one.
That's what I'm saying. I'd have
Yeah.
to do it that way. I would have to do that. This is Creamsicle, and I have 3 of these. They're fingering sock, and it's 357 yards, 100 grams, and it's 80% superwash fine Highland wool and 20% polyamide. And this probably, I guess this
Sorry.
might be a little bit of a heavier fingering sock because it's only 357 yards as opposed to like 450 or 408 or whatever it is. So this is it. This is Creamsicle. It's kind of a summery kind of yarn. I have 3 of these, and it, I have to reskein them because I just finished drying. A little off my normal color
Which is
palette,
fun every once in a while.
but people do like colors different than I like. So so this will be going up in the shop as soon as I can reskein it and take pictures. This one was being persnickety. I didn't want to stay reskeined. But I mean, not reskeined, twisted. So yeah, that's what I have there, and I'm hoping Laura Concert gave me some ideas of how to get new colorway ideas. She did I don't know what they're called on Instagram, a reel or a video. Anyway, she did something, and she was talking about all her different ideas for her minis. She's the queen of the minis. She does all this mini skein sets and things like that. But she gave me some ideas, so thank you, Laura. I'm going to see what I can do about that. And of course, Patty had given me an idea for a Wombat of Doom, has given me a couple of ideas for colorways as well. And I have to start thinking about the fall and the Christmas and all that kind of stuff.
And she needs to dye the yarn for her sweater that I'm supposed to knit.
Yes, I want to see how yours works out. I want to take another look at the Pennies from Heaven done correctly to make sure that it will look right in that sweater.
Right.
Because I don't want it to take away from the
Well,
back
nothing round's going to take away from that.
Well, no, I meant if it's too variegated.
I really don't think it'd be an issue because it's lace versus cables. So it's more open. It's whatever you're wearing behind it. It's really going to be what makes it pop.
So anyway, this is, if I wore this color, it would be really nice for that sweater. I just don't wear this color.
Yeah.
Actually, my wedding party, this was one of the colors for the bridesmaids.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And then
And
Maid
then
of Honor
blue.
had that light blue.
So, yeah, that's
Why
what
did you choose the other color? Because that's not even a color you like.
I want it to be different. I was going to go with blue and green.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised you didn't go with that.
And also at that time period, my color schemes were a little bit different.
Okay.
So, and I think also was what can I find there? It was, so this is going to have to be reskeined and the tags put on. And I hope to start dyeing some more yarn again, as time goes by here with things finally settling into some kind of routine. My husband's recovering well, so that's good. And, he's got a couple doctor appointments to go to. 1 doctor appointment? 2 doctor's appointments I think he has to go to. No big deal. And, Davina's got an appointment sometime, but it's not like this intensive, oh my gosh, type of thing. It's just normal things and, getting back into schedule of, going to daily mass and all that kind of stuff. So I have some kind of routine to kind of keep me structured. It's hard to put a artificial structure.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I was just thinking that I'm wondering if they even do the separate, having the Maid of Honor dress that much differently anymore, because I know both of the weddings I was in, the Maid of Honor wasn't dressed at all differently. You wouldn't have been able to tell.
Well, a lot of times they aren't dressed differently.
Oh, okay, so it's just something you did?
It was something I did. I mean, sometimes they are, but that was something I wanted to do.
Oh, okay. Alright, so that leads us on to stash enhancement. Do you have any enhancements of your stash?
Yes. Do you?
I have the one.
Okay, what do you have?
You got me the book,
All right.
Until Christ Be Formed in You.
That's something that we both have now.
Yes, by Blessed James Alberione. So this has to do with my spiritual formation for my religious stuff. So started this, haven't gotten very far yet. But
I
this week
haven't
it has
started
been very good. Has not been very good for really something that requires any focusing.
I've had that book for years and I haven't read it yet. But my formation was a little different.
But you had more formation than I did.
Okay, Christina, Mama C, thank you very much. This came in the mail. I don't know if she told me, but I don't think she did. So it was a surprise. We were very happy to get it.
Yes.
She sent us a prize donation package, which we're very happy about. So this is actually stash enhancement for you guys. No, leave it. I'm not done yet.
Ooh.
Isn't that gorgeous?
It is. Oh, that is a. Oh.
You cannot have it.
That Tosh.
You cannot have it.
Like as soon as I saw it, I knew that was Mad
You
Tosh.
cannot have it. That's a prize
Oh,
donation.
that is gorgeous.
Prize donation. All right, here are the prize donations from Christina, and she is very, very generous. So one of you, I'm not sure if this is going to be 2 prizes or 3 prizes. We'll see. This one is Mrs. Crosby.
And that
Loves
one's
to
actually really
Play.
pretty too.
I don't know what this steamer trunk. What is the colorway? Is steamer trunk.
It's
pretty.
100% superwash merino wool.
But what's the yardage and stuff?
Oh, I'm sorry.
And the weight.
164 yards for 100 grams.
Mhm.
So
100 grams,
yeah,
and that's fingering.
I didn't say it was
Oh,
fingering.
it's worsted. It looks like it might be worsted.
Bahama Wood Star. It doesn't say what it is, but it's a heavier weight.
This is absolutely gorgeous. Look at this. I can see its steamer trunk very much. Very pretty. So that's one. And then there's some Burnett cotton yarn. And this colorway is whatever it is.
I should do it like this for me because it's guacamole.
Guacamole. So that's, and this one is called Lepidoptera. Isn't that butterfly studies?
Lepidoptera? Maybe.
I don't know. I'll have to check.
That is absolutely gorgeous.
Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, it's not showing up. That's not the color. This is purple with some. It's kind of a plummy color, I think.
The Mad Tosh, I don't know. They nail it out of the park every time with their purples.
They nail it out of the park.
Yes.
I don't think that's what you meant to say. Hit the
Said-
nail on the head, or hit it out of the park.
Both.
Okay.
All together now.
Now, all together now. All together now.
They did such a good job that they nailed it. And, yeah.
Isn't that? It's really pretty. It's not showing up properly on the screen.
Oh, it is just gorgeous.
It's absolutely gorgeous. So these are prize donations,
and they're
Thank
all
you.
beautiful, but I just happen to be very Mad Tosh.
Yeah, centric.
Yes.
And I like this one. I think this is gorgeous.
Oh, I do too.
This would make a nice turtle shell. Heidi just smacked me upside the head.
That purple will make a very pretty bunny.
Yes, again, Heidi just smacked you upside the head. Heidi, if you're still watching, we love you. That's Undead Yarn. Now, the other stash enhancement, this one, my husband, well, we had our anniversary and we were able to use gift cards and things. And so I picked up, this is color mixing recipe cards. Now, this is actually for paint. So I'm just using it as a jump off so it gives you some ideas of combinations. Let me see. And the painters out there will understand this. But see, it gives you these color things, and then it tells you like what part to what part. And I'll have to play with this because paint colors and dye colors, dye powder colors, have different components. And so, and there's no white, so I'm gonna have to see what I can do to, make a white component for that. But this looks like it's got like, let me see, it's got,
I guess there would be no point for a white in dyeing yarn.
well, if you had
A dark
a
yarn.
darker yarn, but I think it'll be hard. You almost have to bleach that.
Yeah.
There are 31 pages of colors. No, let me see here. Okay, it starts on page, for the actual color recipe type of things, it starts on page 6 and it goes through page 31. So you've got all those that have actual recipes, and then there's things where they have, information about the different colors. They talk about portrait colors. This is stuff I wouldn't use necessarily as much, portrait colors and things like that, because I'm not a painter. I can't draw a straight line with a ruler. But, it's just got a lot of information in it. I'm not sure what this thing is for. But I guess it looks like you can wipe it off, so maybe that you can put paint dabs on it and then wipe it off.
Maybe.
So
Hang on, it says on there. The grid below is used to measure the paint for the color recipes. Using squares 1 part, squeeze the paint out in the uniform. So this wouldn't be as useful for you because you
No.
actually have to put the paint on there.
yeah,
Because it's to measure out for your little dabs that you paint with.
right. So that doesn't matter. It's in there, and it's very nice because it's held together with this kind of a, I don't know what you call this. There's like a hole there, and there's a little
Plastic
screw
thing.
or a whatever you want to call it in there, and so I can do this. So I'm excited about this. Okay, that takes care of that.
Okie dokie. So that should lead us on to reading and such.
Okay, reading and such. I finished, I think I finished that last week. I did pull out my Daily Prayer 2021 at the beginning of the week, and I've been reading Mother Teresa, and I'm reading still. Actually, I didn't read The Hobbit this week, or maybe I read it once. I did read The Hobbit once this week, maybe. Reading A Walk with Mary by Edward Shree and A Woman for Our Times about Mother Thecla. She is one of the influential people in the Pauline family. And reading Abandonment to Divine Providence. And I started a new book to me, a new author to me. It's called The Listening Eye by Patricia Wentworth. The interesting thing about her, it's a mystery. The interesting about her is her protagonist is deaf, and she reads lips, and that's what's getting her into trouble, because she read the lips of somebody she shouldn't have. So, and actually they likened it to Agatha Christie's Poirot, and it's got a similar feel. So I'm enjoying it. It's a new author. I'll see if she is able to sustain my interest, but I am enjoying that. So. And then I'm listening still to Agatha Christie. I think I'm listening right now to The Third Girl.
So I finished Solace in Suffering, Wisdom from Teresa of Avila, and I've really enjoyed this. I actually really enjoyed the poem she had in the back that she wrote. I'll have to show that to you. Not Solace in Suffering. I'm sorry, this is the wrong one. This is Thomas Kempis. Peace and Prayer. I grabbed the wrong book. Finished Peace and Prayer, Wisdom from Teresa of Avila. It has a really nice poem in the back. I wanted to show you, but I grabbed the wrong book.
Probably just as well, because
No, I wasn't going to read it to them. I wanted to show you.
Oh, okay.
Because there's not time. It was a long poem, but I wanted to show you.
Well, you can show me later.
Yeah. But I grabbed the wrong book. I also continued to read The Last Command by Timothy Zahn.
That's a good book.
Yes, that's my only one that was on Kindle that I've been reading right now. I mean, I have other Kindle books, but I had to read them this week. Picked up some books I hadn't read in a while. Read a little bit of...
That's a great book. I like that.
Jesus, the Way, the Truth, and the Life by Marcelino D'Ambrosio.
I think I'm going to pull that out and read it over again where I can highlight in my book, because I read it on Kindle when I was on the machine. Okay. And so even though if you try to highlight, you're still not...
You don't quite get the same.
Yeah.
Then I... Again, another book that I didn't finish.
That's good. I read that too.
Lord Teach Us to Pray by Father Jeffrey Kirby, STL.
I have to reread that one as well.
Still reading James Alberione, A Marvel for Our Times. Not quite as far in as I thought I was. Started reading Until Christ Be Formed in You. And thus far, I'm not sure what I think of this one. This is Way of Wonder, Wisdom from G.K. Chesterton. I think I was expecting something a little bit more religious. This feels like just a bunch of sayings so far, like a bunch of quotes. So I'm not sure how I feel about this one.
I mean, the quotes are good, I'm sure.
Yeah, the quotes are good, but it's not quite what I expected, I think, in comparison to the other ones I read, where they actually have like little chapter sections where I'm able to read a little bit and then just sit there and think about it. When I'm done reading one of these quotes, I'm like, oh, that's cool, but it doesn't really do anything for me.
It may be that you're not in the right place for it too, right now.
It could be, and if I continue not really being into it, I'll finish it, but it's not hitting me the way the last two in this series hit me. And then this has been my I want to grab something and just read a little bit of here and there. And Fellowship of the Ring, J.R.R. Tolkien, they are currently, they just left Buckland, or headed out of Buckland. They're in the forest.
Okay.
So that means we're going to meet Tom Bombadil pretty soon.
They've already met, though, the riders and everything.
Oh, yeah. And they met the elves that got them to the point, got them past the rider point for a little while.
Right.
And I'd forgotten how much the movies changed it at the beginning. Like, I had forgotten that Pippin was with them, with Sam and Frodo the entire time that they make the journey from Bag End to meet Mary. So that really does.
And the fact that they have a house.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like, I mean, they really changed. They changed Pippin's character. They changed Mary's a lot too, but when you take out that period of time, you take out a lot of the depth of Pippin's character. The movies do make him seem very silly.
Well, he's a lot younger. He seems a lot younger in the movie.
Well, he is young in the book.
But he seems younger in the movie.
But yeah, it's just. Well, he also seems dumb sometimes in the movie. I'm sorry, he does, and he's not dumb. He's exuberant in the books, but he's not dumb.
I never got the impression he was dumb. I got the impression he was a little clueless in the movie.
Maybe that's what I meant.
And that he was impetuous and just not maybe thinking things through. And I put that down to the fact that they made him so young.
But I just felt like when you read the book and then you compare it, yeah, Pippin didn't quite get his due. Mm-hmm. Mary definitely didn't get his due. But yeah, so I'm enjoying rediscovering both Pippin and Mary. I'd always remembered that Mary didn't get his due, but I always forgot that Pippin didn't. Mm-hmm. So,
okay.
Yes. Any other stuffs?
I don't really think so. I don't think we have any life stuff to talk about.
Not really.
So that's good. So,
I think that there's rain coming in.
Yeah,
that's why my hair's down actually, because I didn't feel like putting a braid up. I felt pressure in the back.
We apologize if this is a little low key for you guys this time around.
I don't feel like we're that terribly low key.
But we do want to thank everybody who commented either on YouTube or in the PHN home group. We always appreciate hearing from you, like hearing from you. We will be podcasting next Saturday, God willing. That will be, what we're doing. We want to thank Gabbing Grammy, Barbara, Brittany, Emma, Wendy MacGyver, not her last name, Andrea, and Rena for commenting. We appreciate that. And if you commented and I didn't see it, we thank you as well. We want to wish you all a very wonderful, blessed week full of knitting or crocheting or whatever it is that makes your heart happy. And we hope to see you here again for the Fun in the Woman Cave next week. This is the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 463, and that's a wrap.
Bye.